Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. Rodney Winslow, and as principal of Triad High School, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to the 61st annual commencement ceremony for Triad High School. This is the first for us having commencement virtually online. All the video and pictures within have been captured in the weeks leading to this very moment. The link to this video will be available at triadgraduation.org beyond the date of May 31st for your viewing pleasure. I'd like to thank Mr. Cole, Mr. Geisen, Mr. Wilgus, my administrative and office team, and Vaguely Photography for assisting with this virtual ceremony. At this time, I'd like to ask the senior class officers, Vice President Isabel Kane, Secretary Claire Dahl, and Treasurer Abby Counts to come to the stage to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. For those in our home audience, I encourage you to please stand as the pledge is said.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, class officers. For many years now, it has been our tradition at Triad High School for the president of the senior class and the president of the student council to speak on behalf of the graduating class. I'd like to welcome the president of the class of 2020, Drew Miner.
I'm honored to be standing before the class of 2020 on this special day. Before I begin my speech, I would like to thank all service members for everything they sacrificed to keep us safe, essential workers for keeping this country afloat during the pandemic, teachers for helping shape the people we are today, and our parents for always supporting us, even when we may necessarily not need it. Let me start off by saying, wow, we really outdid ourselves on senior skip day this year. Prior to the pandemic, I was working on a speech greater than the Gettysburg Address. I wanted a flash mob, t-shirt cannons, confetti launchers. But the thing is, none of this can happen without all of you here. This just goes to show how important and special each and every student here is. In this speech, I'm not going to be the cliche president who tells you that you're the best class Triad has ever seen and we have accomplished so much, and then go on to quote some dead politician, because that's just not me. Instead, I'm going to tell you that previous classes have produced educators, scientists, and artists, while we're still improving. You guys still have plenty of time to show me wrong and prove that you are better than previous classes, and I sure hope you do. Today I'm not going to be quoting Plato or Lincoln, but I would like to quote Ferris Bueller. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you can miss it. Speaking of life, do you guys like board games? I'm just going to assume you all said yes, because it's just me and a few others in the gym right now. Anyway, one of my favorite board games is the game of life. In the beginning of this game, each player is offered an option between a college or a career path. It doesn't start with high school, because high school is basically the instructions. But just like you can choose between a college or career path, you can choose whether or not you want to use the instructions. Now, I personally like to add a couple of dice and yell Yahtzee as I roll them. But my point is, you can choose to use what you've learned in the instructions to create a strategy for success, or you can just add a couple of dice and roll through life hoping for the best. I use the game of life as an example because it is mostly true when it comes to the ups and downs of life that I guarantee you've experienced in these past 4 years. The ups being when we create a giant cloud of baby powder on Friday night. The downs being when everyone passes Kleeman's polyatomic ion quiz, except for you, so everyone has to take it again. There's a significant amount of truth to the board game. Well, except for the fact where you receive money from your kids at the end. Sorry, Mom and Dad, I'm broke. We as a class are currently experiencing one of these down moments in our game of life. But a positive can come from each and every down moment we face. We can learn and become stronger people from them. Earlier I told you I wasn't going to say that this class is the best, but if we learn and become stronger from this pandemic, from every down moment we come in contact with, we will ace that ION quiz. We will become successful, and we will be the greatest students to walk through the halls of Triad High School. So prove me wrong, class of 2020. Go be astronauts, 5-star generals, CEOs, but most of all, be good people. President out.
Thank you, Drew. I'd like to welcome the president of the Triad High School Student Council, Jacob Weiniger, to come to the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to start off by saying congratulations to the class of 2020. You all finished a tough year and somehow managed senioritis, which is surprising considering we haven't seen our teachers since mid-March. The first thing I want to reflect on is the last 9 weeks. Don't let the last 9 weeks of high school taint how you felt about the other 135 weeks. My speech is not meant to be sad. However, I believe that I must address the elephant in the room. To my class who missed out on the traditions we looked forward to, there's probably nothing I can say to validate the roller coaster of feelings you have been on since March. Some of you lost your senior season. Some of you missed your final musical performance. All of us missed the rite of passage events we couldn't wait to have. This is not the graduation we envisioned for the last 4 years. I am deeply sorry for you all. However, I believe everything happens for a reason, and there is a lesson to this situation. The message sounds simple, but entails so much. Live each day like it may be your last. It may sound cliche, but I guarantee you it will make your life better. When your days are numbered, every single second becomes very precious. I believe the worst thing you can do is live a lifestyle that you look back on and regret. But how do you live your life every day like it's your last? You love others. With every single little thing you do, you remind your family and friends that you love them. Everything you do becomes meaningful, and it will bring you joy beyond belief. Loving others will not always be easy. In fact, most of the time it'll be very difficult. Loving others requires making peace, giving grace, and showing compassion. If you strive each day to love like that, one day you will lay on your deathbed knowing you're in your final hours. But you will smile because you are at peace. You will smile because you are happy. You will smile because you loved. The class of 2020 was born all around 9/11 in a time of change and fear. Now today we graduate in that same paranoia. I commend you all for your bravery, and I hope you will take it in stride. This experience may seem crippling. However, I believe it is further instilling the spirit of perseverance that we learned in the last 4 years. The Triad Vision Statement says, the Triad High School community will inspire productive global citizens who are excited about learning, capable of making responsible, informed decisions, and developing positive relationships. This is posted on the wall at the high school and in the middle of the district's website. I believe that the Triad District goes above and beyond in creating productive members of society. Triad has phenomenal administration, secretaries, teachers, aides, custodians, lunch workers, and bus drivers. On behalf of my class, I want to thank all the staff at Triad schools for their dedication to our futures. Your diligence and selflessness is appreciated and will not be forgotten. Behind every child is a support system as well. For most students, a vital part of that system is their parents. Parents are there to raise you and later guide you into being model citizens. To many of our peers who have lost parents in their life journey, my heart goes out to each and every one of you. I know that they are looking down on you and smiling right now. They are proud of how far you've come. Thank you to all of our parents and guardians for everything you have done every step of the way. In closing, I want to encourage you all to see the goodness in every situation, just as we have learned a valuable lesson from this one. Class of 2020, go achieve your potential, reach your dreams, and be happy. Spread love in the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacob. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Triad District Superintendent of Schools, Mrs. Lee Lewis.
To the graduating class of 2020, welcome to your commencement ceremony. Graduates, congratulations. First, I wanted to let you know that the Triad faculty and staff has been thinking of you during this difficult time. It's amazing that two of the most important events in our country's history have been bookends of your life to this point. You were born in the months that followed the 9/11 tragedy, and now you are graduating in the months that followed the most significant and deadly pandemic the world has seen in over 100 years. As your superintendent, I had hoped to deliver an in-person speech to you today and to shake each of your hands before you received your diploma. As it turns out, this letter will have to suffice. I wanted to start by saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you missed your last class, senior prom, game, performance, banquet, awards night, and your commencement. I'm sorry that you didn't get to walk across the stage in front of your teachers, family, and friends to receive your diploma and move your tassel from the right to the left. Dr. Winslow and his team have made every attempt to create a memorable graduation day for you. And while no amount of apologizing will bring the last quarter of your senior year back, I'm hopeful that you're able to reflect about the importance that this period of time had on your life. Things that you once thought you would never miss, getting up early to go to school, physically handing in an assignment, listening to a teacher's lecture, are all things you appreciate more now and missed more than you could have imagined. Even though high school routines are now over, you are demonstrating that you can still reach your goals even in the midst of a pandemic. Continue to set your alarm, track your progress in reaching your goals, and take to heart advice from people who care about you. I'm certain that taking away your ability to attend school and partake in all the senior rituals has made you value your teachers and friends even more. You've learned that relationships cannot be taken for granted. It seems ironic that you, our current generation, are known for living in a virtual world. You've been using the internet since you've been able to read. Now you're longing for conversations, face-to-face gatherings, handshakes, and hugs, and being together as a group. The class of 2020 will certainly understand that to be successful, you'll need to work together. When the time comes that the pandemic and quarantine are over and you've moved on to the next chapter of your lives, I hope you will remember the importance of collaborating and cooperating to solve problems. Working together, understanding differences, and showing empathy will be critical as you become involved in shaping our future. I want to share one more thought that I'm extremely confident about. As a graduate of the Triad class of 2020, your best days are still ahead of you. And while there wasn't a huge crowd, your classmates and family there to cheer you on, know that the Triad faculty and staff will be cheering you on and applauding you as you succeed in the next phases of your life. Know that I'm proud of each one of you and that your resilience and perseverance through these challenging times will only make you and the lives you touch even better. Never forget, we are #Triad proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mrs. Lewis. Daily, we are reminded that our freedom is made possible by the sacrifices of our servicemen and women who serve in the military. And our graduates are able to choose their own futures because of the service and sacrifices of so many. We'd like to honor all in attendance today who have served or will serve our country in the future. We are projecting the graduates in the class of 2020 that are joining our military, National Guard, or ROTC in the year to come. Would you join us in thanking these graduates and any member who is currently serving or a veteran and of any branch of the United States Armed Forces in the next few moments? Again, thank you for making this day possible. Every year, each student from the graduating class of Triad High School has finished with the Snapshot, one cumulative picture that sums up their experience here. What does your photo look like? Were you on a team? Did you play in the band or sing in the choir? Did you join a club? Maybe you sat in the front row, or maybe you felt more comfortable in the back. Maybe school came easily to you, or maybe it didn't. Did you get through the week just so you could hang out with your friends under Friday night lights? Who are your friends? Who was in the picture with you? Did you have 100 best friends, or just one close person that knew everything? Here you are at the end of the journey, holding the photo that represents everything high school meant to you. But you are different from every class that has come before you. They had the rites of passage, like their last fine arts performance, home game, prom, senior sunrise and breakfast, and the last day of school in the building. They had the privilege of senioritis and parents taking 1,000 pictures of their quote-unquote last. When they graduated, they put their high school snapshot in a frame, the same frame every student has received in every graduating class before them. The picture frame of a full gymnasium, parents and grandparents watching as they walked the stage, took their diploma, and turned the tassel. But this isn't exactly your experience. You walked out of the building on March 16th having no idea that you were experiencing your last day of high school. So what does this mean for you, class of 2020? This means you have been given the opportunity to frame your own snapshot. You are a generation defined by words like compassion, empathy, generosity, creativity, flexible thinkers, and concern for the environment and their fellow man. You Zoom to stay connected with your grandparents and show up for family dinners and game nights. You have a deep appreciation for being together because you've been forced to stay apart. Your future is limitless. You have the skills and tools you need to continue connecting and making this world better. Take what you know and build that frame that holds your high school memories, and then teach the next generation what it means to redefine their circumstances. You've made it, the most of it, class of 2020. We see your celebration on social media posts, and we are proud of you. And we can't wait to watch you embrace the unknown of what you will become. Here's to you.
Talking about how we couldn't wait to get to leave this place and graduate. So here's to the ones who won't get the chance to take the field at their last home game. Ask that girl to prom, sing their school fight song. And here's to the ones who have to say goodbye to the past 4 years of their lives that made them who they are. Well, here's to you. Here's to you. Here's to you.
For our parents, guardians, grandparents, family, and friends, take a look at the graduates we just saw in this song. I have the distinguished pleasure of highlighting the accomplishments we are about to launch into the world. At the Honors Night ceremony on May 19th, we were reminded that in terms of academic honors, achievement in the fine arts, accomplishments in school-related activities and athletics, the class of 2020 distinguished itself in many ways and upheld the best in Triad traditions. These achievements are noted in your program next to the respective student's name. In the area of school activities, several organizations had banner years with local, regional, and state accomplishments. Academic Challenge in Engineering and Science, the Math Team, Model UN, Scholar Bowl, the Debate Team, Student Council. The class of 2020 also excelled in the visual and performing arts like band and choir. Athletically, Triad High School won a total of 3 Mississippi Valley Conference championships in the fall and winter, with a very strong spring sports season unable to be played. Most importantly, in the area of academics, 3 students have earned their college associate's degree at SWIC through our Running Start program. We have 33 Illinois State Scholars. 62 students in this class have been inducted into the National Honor Society, and 80% of the class has made application to institutions of higher learning or the military. Families should be proud of the academic achievement and scholastic accomplishment within this class. I commend you all for your leadership and your influence in what has been a most extraordinary school year. And so, ladies and gentlemen, members of the Board of Education, Superintendent Lewis, having fulfilled all the requirements for graduation, on behalf of the Triad administration and faculty, it is my pleasure to present the Triad High School class of 2020. Today, we will honor them in calling their individual names to walk across the stage and receive their diploma. This year, parents and guardians of each senior have the honor of presenting the diploma to their child. Congratulations to each individual graduating senior. Grace Ann Abry. Avery Shea Adams. Andrew Cornelius Allen. Sierra Donnell Alvarez. Drew William Arbogast. Faith Lynn Archer. Mackenzie Louise Askew. Deidre Eileen Bear. Zoe Adele Bagley. Zachary Richard Bond. Maya Caroline Bain. Garrett James Bakarich. John Dominic Barbaras. Jordan Elizabeth Barbaras. Sophia Daylin Barfield. Kylie Corinne Barton. Hannah Joy Beard. Lily O'Brien Bednara. Brandon Troy Beer. Justin Matthew Berry. Paige Elise Byer. Jack Ryan Beiersdorfer. Tyler Andrew Bloom. Marshall Lawrence Boren. Madison Renee Booth. Hannah Lynn Boynton. Emma Elizabeth Braun. Nicholas Robert Braun. Christopher Lee Bridges. Xavier Elijah Bright. Lexi Jordan Brish. Logan Lee Allen Braska. Braden Walter Bruce. Madison Bryn Bunty. Chloe Kenna Cameron. Jacob Scott Campbell. Tristan Charles Carricker. Blake Anthony Carlson. Brett Thomas Carpenter. Kelly Lynn Carr. Jonathan Michael Castillo. Jordan Nicole Chance. Tristan Page Simino. Colton Joseph Clark. Ethan Daniel Cochran. Alexandra Marie Coleman. Mark Leslie Coleman II. Ryder Thomas Coleman. Caitlin Reed Colligan. Alexis Elizabeth Collins. Ava Ruth Collins. Kellen Christopher Collins. Hannah Mae Cordis. Ethan William Corlew. Alyssa Nicole Corielli. Abby Isabel Counts. Regan Elizabeth Court. Lucas Ryan Cox. Jordan Scott Cristobal. Denise Marie D'Antonio. Amiri Elan Davis. Lucas Wade Deese. Hannah Grace Durosset. Joseph Michael Robert Durosset. Grant Douglas Duvall. Cameron Nicole Dodge. Claire Elizabeth Dahl. Delana Lynn Dooley. Matthew Austin Dornan. Megan Elizabeth Dotsert. Dalton Cole Dudek. Trevor Lawrence Dumar. Allison Michelle Durbin. Jacob Orville Durham. Jacob Lee Nathaniel Eric. Cameron Curtis Eldridge. Joshua Joseph Eldridge. Kaylin Elizabeth Elliott. Noble Theodore Elliott. Alexis Nicole Eplin. Isabel Danielle Estep. Miguel Alberto Estep. Jacob Reagan Etchison. Samuel Stephen Farmer. Michael James Falk. McCade Paul Feldman. Luke McLean Feliski. William Charles Fisher. Hunter Cole Ford. Luke Noah Foreman. Clayton Blake Forrest. Dominique Michelle Fox. Adam Reed Fraley. Jasmine Elizabeth Franklin. David Joseph Fry. Jada Nicole Fulkerson. John Lewis Galinsky. Cole Christopher Giersey. Caleb Thomas Goforth. Bailey Joe Grigg. Ryan Joshua Grodefent. Samuel Joseph Guthrie. Jacqueline Virginia Hagley. Lauren Elizabeth Hafer. Jordan Ashley Hampton. Casey Joe Hansen. Colin Jacob Harshbarger. Gabriel Thomas Hartzell. Taylor Renee Hawks. Gavin Xavier Head. Silas Kincaid Head. Lillian Marie Hetherly. Madeline Rose Heinley. Meredith Nicole Helm. Jordan Lee Heeman. Chase Christopher Hendricks. William James Hillard. Alexandra Nicole Halava. Regan Marie Holly. Alexander Mateo Horton. Stephen Austin Howe. Angelica Morgan Huggins. Eric Michael Hughes. Cole Garrett Hyman. Dakota Christian Jackson. Alyssa Nicole Johnson. Lauren Renee Johnson. Anthony James Jones. Kaylee Ann Jones. Taylor Alexis Young. Sierra Jasmine Kane. Isabel Grace Kane. Hayden Michael Cantner. David Henry Carbon. Tucker Jacob Kendrick. Mackenzie Lynn Kernan. Logan Michael Kiefer. Samantha May Kilzer. Kellen Robert Josue King. Jillian Nicole Klumps. Sean Casey Kukowski. Anthony Samuel LaRue. Isabel Jewel Lehan. Noah Riley Lemon. Jordan Daniel Lewis. Nathan John Lexo. Riley Elizabeth Lockman. Colleen Nicole Lemker. Brooke Rochelle Lowry. Alyssa Nicole Jean Luna. Olivia Pearl Ann Luna. Amiza Imani Lusk. Fernandez Valentino Lusk. Michaela Shuri Maskey. Seth Ryan Manso. Brennan Scott Martin. Jillian Rose Martin. Levi Adams Martinez. Peyton Alexander Massey. Paige Mackenzie Matthias. Andrew Ryan McAfee. Mason Paul McAllister. Sanea Rain McCall. Joseph Marcus Anthony McCullum. Joseph Ray McCulloch. Lauren Hope McCurley. Andrew David McElligott. Joseph Perry McEwen. Nolan Alexander Marlin McGowan. Jess Carol Mell. Alexis Carson Merchant. Ashlyn Renee Merrill. Benjamin Robert Miller. Shane Leo Miller. Carson Blake Milligan. Drew Brennan Miner. Tony Jermaine Montgomery. Haley Rose Myers. Hunter Jared Nelson. Samantha Lynn Niemeyer. Maximus Eli Ninnis. Tori Liddell Northington. Jonathan Graham Aller. Harley Lynn Pace. Dylan James Partney. Simran Rakesh Kumar Patel.
Lucas Robert Paxton.
Cheyenne Dejan Payton. Jacob Matthew Peniston. Emma Elizabeth Perry. Christina Deirdre Marie Phelps. Ridge Colton Phillips. Bryson Matthew Pacetta. Christian Michael Pottig. Alyssa Renee Postma. Bradley Owen Powell. Samuel Jacob Prangy. Clayton George Pritchett. Deanna Lynn Quackenboss. Peyton Elizabeth Radcliffe. Julia Ann Ralston. Daniel Steve Ramirez Carbajal. Paige Cassandra Rasmussen. Peyton Rain Rasmussen. Garrison Christopher Reed. Riley Danielle Rensberger. Tyler James Robards. Jessica Elaine Robers. Tyler James Robertson. Tyler Coy Robinson. Jillian Irene Rockwell. Erin Kathleen Rodenborn. Madeline Clara Rogers. Matthew Alexander Roane. Catherine Elizabeth Rushing. Chloe Lynn Sachs. Sierra Nicole Schlemmer. Benjamin Raymond Schreier. Owen Lee Seal. Lane Nicole Sedlak. Riley Nalani Sedlak. Hannah Patrice Shahan. Michael John James Schellenberg. Andrew Brent Shones. Bailey Mariah Scoltetti. Cody James Smith. Lydia Joe Smith. Chase Warren Smucker. Hunter Braden Snow. Peyton Andrew Sopiers. Lisa Marie Spalla. Travis Michael Spear. Owen Presley Steinkening. Paige Nicole Stelzer. Avery Christine Stillwell. Lauren Michelle Stillwell. Chloe Michelle Sterling. Shanoa Michaela Stokes. Daniel Thomas Stone. Sydney Rose Stringer. Samuel David Strubhart. Evan Lynn Summers. Michael J. Suter. Logan Alexander Taylor. Logan Aaron Teeter. Michael Scott Tentis. Matthew Allen Tipton. Kylie Marlene Triplo. Olivia Renee Urban. Mackenzie Faye Van Middendorp. Savannah Rose Viviano. Joseph Robert Wade. Joseph Dale Walls. Benjamin Todd Walter. Campbell Elise Warren. Leanna Nicole Way. Patrick Dillon Wynot. Evelyn Grace Wells. Samuel Patrick Wheeler. Adrian Jamir White. Jared Douglas Willis. Ryan Christopher Wills. Jacob William Weiniger. Cole Michael Winkler. Nathan Harold Winslow. Caitlin Renee Wojcik. Logan Wayne Wongler. Cameron Michael Woods. Colby Ethan Zabawa. Dallas Ray Zirkelbach. This year, we have 4 students who, in relation to their weighted GPA and class rank, are top of their class. Out of a class of 273, this is quite an accomplishment. I'd like to recognize the outstanding academic achievement of all 4 of these individuals. Now, the salutatorian in the class of 2020. Austin Michael Borey. Son of Mr. and Mrs. John and Alicia Borey, Austin plans to attend the University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana and major in biochemistry. Now, for the 3 valedictorians in the class of 2020, who all tied for the top recognition of their class. Ian Curtis James. Son of Mr. and Mrs. Curtis and Karen James, Ian plans to attend Missouri University of Science and Technology in Rolla and major in engineering. Spencer Michael James. Son of Mr. and Mrs. Curtis and Karen James, Spencer plans to attend the University of Missouri in Columbia and major in mathematics and secondary education. Blake Arlen Rankin. son of Mr. and Mrs. Bryce and Sherry Rankin, Blake plans to attend the University of Oklahoma in Norman and major in pre-physical therapy. And now, on behalf of the Board of Education, the administration, the faculty and staff, congratulations and best wishes to all of the graduates and their families.